Hello. Hello children, welcome back again. Yes, today we are going to learn about Anandi Gopal and autobiography part 2, first language English, class 8. Can you remember what did we learn in part 1? The same Anandi Gopal and autobiography? Yes, let us recall few things what did we learn in the last class. I think I had given you a home assignment also. Yes. Let us recall the home assignment. Life and work of Indira Priyadarshini Gandhi, the first woman Prime Minister of India. Yes, sure. I think most of you have recalled and have written. So, let us recall few things about her and check whether you have written right. Indira Priyadarshini Gandhi was an Indian politician and a central figure of the Indian National Congress. Yes, I think you recall everything. She was only daughter of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, the first Prime Minister of India. Yes. So, I think you wrote more about her life and work. You could find more about her, isn't it? So, and we got a very wonderful chance of learning many other women also, and I have selected Indira Priyadarshini Gandhi because her work was very tremendous in India, that we can learn more about it. So, this is all about her. Now, I was telling you in the last class itself, in the part 1 itself, we had learnt about new words. And we learnt about few women like Vijayalakshmi Pandit, Aruna Asaf Ali, Madam Kama, isn't it? So, we came to know about great women in India who had done a progressive work in the national movement and even the freedom movement also. So, like that many people's talents are being hidden, that will not be brought out that easily. So, what is important, what respect we give is, let us take an inspiration from them. Let us take some inspiration from them and follow. Okay. So, one such type of a person only was Anandi Gopal. So, we just had a quest last time, what was she, how could she achieve, what was her achievements, isn't it? So, let us move. Anandi Gopal Joshi, the first Indian woman to become a doctor. Also, India's first lady to qualify as a doctor from the USA in 1886. So, what do you think her achievements were? How could she achieve to study? How could she enter into medicine? Why did she choose it? How? Who helped her? Since it was in 1880s, what was her plans? You know very well how the people in 1880s, in that century, how people would have behaved, how the people, Orthodox Indians, would have treated her. We are going to learn about everything. First, let us see. She was born on 31st March 1865 in Kalyan, Mumbai. So, this is all in 1865. So, in 1886 she was no more. In a very small age itself she passed away. Why? How? Let us see. Her childhood name was Yamuna Joshi. At the age of 9, what happened? At the age of 9, you can see this image. What does this shows? Yes, at the age of 9, I have given a pause for you here. Why? At this age, a child could go to school. Imagine in 3rd or 4th standard, she got married. That is only at the age of 9. What happened to her? She got married to Gopal Rao, and thus her name was changed as Anandi Gopal. So, before her name was Yamuna Joshi. When she got married, her name changed to Anandi Gopal, because her husband's name was Gopal Rao. Gopal Rao, what kind of a man was he? He was a widower. He was progressive thinker and encouraged her to study. So those days it was a custom in India that girls were not sent to school. Very pathetic condition of girls. They were not allowed to go to school at all. They have to sit at home, learn cooking, learn all the household work. Only a very few people were very progressive thinking and they are sent to school. But Anandi Gopal also is one such type of a girl where she could not study in her parents' house. Very soon when she was 9 years old only, she got married to Gopal Rao, but that time only he was elder to her. In that age only he was married and he was a widower. His wife passed away and he got married to Yamuna Joshi. She later became Anandi Gopal Rao. So he was a progressive thinker. How you can say that he was a progressive thinker? He was a progressive thinker and he made her to study. He encouraged her to study further. So only he has been called as a progressive thinker and encouraged her to study. Gopal Rao was a broad-minded man. He was a broad-minded man. He never thought of anything bad. He really gave a very good encouragement to his wife. Why? Because in her childhood itself she missed education. So he staunchly supported widow remarriage and women's education. Education is the only wealth where we are going to receive from our parents. That wealth should be given to us properly, isn't it? But Gopal Rao was a good person. He thought that his wife should get education. Since Anandi was not properly educated, what he did, he started teaching her. Initially, he started teaching her to learn. Later on, he encouraged her to study. How? At first, he tried to enroll her in the missionary school, but that did not work out properly. That did not work out. First, missionary school where children were being allowed to sit in a public place or under the trees or in front of temples or in a now how Vidyagama is going on, the same way those days missionary school were taken in a public place. Children were being educated, but that did not work out with Anandi. Anandi made rapid progress. When Anandi made rapid progress, Gopal Rao persuaded her further study. When we are giving interest, what we do? We take more challenge. When somebody is giving more interest in us, when we are the same way, Anandi also received a positive vibe from her husband Gopal Rao. So what she did? She persuaded her study further. So he helped her to persuade her study. And moreover, Anandi had lost her young son when she was 14. When she was 14 years itself, she lost her son. How? Why? Because of lack of medical facility. In the 14 age, when she got married in 9 years, she delivered a baby in 14 years. But because of lack of medicines, she lost her son, her baby. The tragic incident made her to pursue medicine. Everywhere and anything, everywhere, something is behind us. So why did she select this medical field? Why did she want to become a doctor? This is the reason. She was not able to save a child. So this was the main reason behind her to learn medicine. So she gave birth to a boy who died due to the lack of medical care. So this was the main reason for her to take up as a challenge and study medicine. Very interesting, isn't it? So Mrs. Carpenter of Rosalie, New Jersey, came to know of Anandi Bai's story by chance. So in US, Mrs. Carpenter of Rosalie What she did, she came to know by chance about Anandi's will to study medicine. So what she did, she offered to host her in USA since Gopal Rao could not find a job in America. So what happened? These people, they were really giving a helping hand to Anandi. So they helped her, you can come to US and we will host you and give you education, that is the further studies you want to continue, you can study with us. This was the offer given by Carpenter, Mrs. Carpenter of Rosalie to Anandi. So this offer was only for Anandi, because unfortunately Gopal Rao could not find a job in America. So no ways Anandi left for America alone. When she left for America, imagine she is going alone, not with her husband. So with this orthodoxy, people be quiet. They gave her a lot of opposition and criticism. You are a woman, you have to stay at home, you have to cook, you have to learn all the household work. Instead, you are not supposed to learn. This was the opposition given by the Indians. They criticized her going abroad and study. So they gave her a lot of troubles. Both became an outcast and faced many odds. Many people, when they were at home, they pelted stones on their home. Even they were not able to live in their hometown. They moved to other place also. They did not leave them very peacefully. They did help them at the same way. They were troubling them like anything. Anandi and her husband really faced lot of problems with the people. So in 1883, despite being sick also, she travelled to US to pursue medicine. There what happened? She reached America in June 1883 and stayed in the house of the Carpenters. So they were helping her, isn't it? So she stayed there along with them. Anandi found many things strange in America. She is an Indian girl. She was a Hindu girl, which she could not see the same type of people in America. She has to face a lot of problems there. Why means everything was strange to her, everything was new to her. So when she went to America, it was not that easy to adapt. The dress, their lifestyle, food habits were quite different. This and all was a problem to her, but instead what she did? She adjusted everything, and their lifestyle was different. Americans in USA those days, their lifestyle, the way of dressing, the way of eating food, their food habits, everything was very different and strange to her. She was surprised when she found that they did not take bath every day. This was a big problem to her. She was a girl where she used to regularly taking bath every day. Every day she used to take bath and she used to be on time. She used to be very respectful to elders. When any elders come and when any male comes, she used to stand up. She used to not sit down. When any elders come, she used to give the respect to them. That was not present in US. In the same way, the Carpenters also found Anandibai's dress, her vegetarian diet, her customs were very strange. The way she could dress up, she used to give respect to elders, the way she used to have the food. Her food was in a vegetarian style. She was not eating, she was not a non-vegetarian. She was eating only vegetables. She lived on vegetables. This was really very strange to the Carpenters. So even both of them were able to adjust with each other. She was trying to adjust with Mrs. Carpenter's family, and Mrs. Carpenters also were trying to adjust with Anandi Gopal's habits. So in spite of the differences, Mrs. Carpenter took care of Anandi like her own daughter. This was really very nice. They really liked her very much. They took care of her. They loved her the way she used to respect them. They really loved her and they really took care of her like her own daughter. So what happened? Anandi joined the Women's College in Philadelphia. The superintendent and the secretary were very kind to her. So they came to know, when they came to know that she is from India, really they were very much impressed with her, and they came to know about all her problems. So what they did, they helped her. How? When they came to know that she had come from India to study braving poverty. Braving poverty is from a poor family. So lot of opposition and from people, everything. Listening to this, they came to know about her history. So they offered her a scholarship of $600 for 3 years. This was really amazing, isn't it? So next, the college room in which she stayed was not good. So for further studies for medicine, she has to stay in college itself to continue the studies. So there, the college room where she was staying was not that good. It was improper. The facilities were not good. The climatic conditions of US was not suitable for Anandi Gopal. There, it did not have a proper fireplace and ventilation. You know the fireplace, it is very cold region. So usually they used to have a fireplace there. The fireplace was not that good, and there was no proper ventilation. So this and all was a big problem to Anandi there. Why? What happened? The fireplace discharged a lot of smoke. She wanted to shift to a different place, but people refused to rent a room to a brown Hindu girl. So everybody will not be that generous, isn't it? You can see that there is a lot of smoke emitting there, and that was not good for Anandi's health. It was really infecting her lung. She was really having lot of problems. Especially this smoke was not suitable for Anandi's health, and nobody was ready to share a change of room. They refused to rent a room to a brown girl. These and all were the challenges where Anandi was facing during her studies. Hence, she was forced to stay in the same room. Cold and smoke affected her health very, very badly. She suffered from high temperature and chronic cough. Here starts the illness of her health. So, could she manage this to come out of it? She couldn't manage. This was the only problem she was facing. So, what happened? Somehow, she managed to complete her education and received the medical degree. She hailed as the first woman doctor of India. This was the only achievement she made, with so much of challenges, really too great. Moreover, she didn't had a proper background for her to give education when she was in India. Her husband supported her in all the ways, isn't it? After that, anyhow, she moved to US to complete her studies. So there, Mrs. Carpenter's family really helped her. After that help, when she received that help in the university where she was studying medicine, there she was affected because of improper room facility she was staying. Her lungs was affected and she was really suffering from cough. That cough led to tuberculosis. Anyhow, she could manage it and she completed her medicine, and she was the first woman doctor of India. So this is the biggest pride for us, isn't it? So during her medical training, her health dwindled, means completely during the studies itself, her health was spoiled. And due to unsuitable climatic conditions, she faced lot of health issues. She graduated from Women's Medical College in 1886. It was one of the most rewarding moments of her life. As the days progressed, her health deteriorated, means day by day, her health was completely spoiled. So Gopal Rao admitted her to the Women's Hospital in Philadelphia. So he came there, Gopal Rao, and he took her to the hospital in Philadelphia and admitted. There, they diagnosed that she had tuberculosis, TB. This was a very big dreadful disease that time. So, when somebody could get tuberculosis, it was very dangerous, it is very difficult for them to survive. Now, tuberculosis is curable, isn't it? So, the doctors advised her to return to India. They were not ready to keep her in Philadelphia because it will spread to others. So, what happened? She has to come back to India. Her voyage back home further damaged her health. So, again from US to India, her health was still damaged. The doctors on the ship refused to treat a brown woman. On the way to India, there also she was not ready to be treated by the doctors in the ship also. So, in 1886, her return to India was celebratory. When she came back to India, what was it about? It was the first woman who is completing her medicine, who is completing the studies, and she is returning back to India as a first woman doctor. It is really celebratory, but unfortunately, it was not up to the mark. Why? She was ill. After reaching India, she stayed with her cousin in Pune to receive treatment for an Ayurvedic specialist. Imagine a doctor, she completed studies and returned, she cannot be peacefully because of her health which was completely spoilt. But he also refused to treat her, for she had gone against the customs and tradition of Indian society. The doctor did not give her treatment. Why you say? Without following the Indian traditions and customs, she took her brave step and she moved to US to study, isn't it? So, that was a big offense, it seems. The doctors also were not ready to treat her because she did not listen, she did not follow the customs of India, and she herself individually moved to US. So, they did not give her treatment. Very sad, isn't it? Anandibai was frustrated because all her achievements had become useless. So many years she struggled and studied, everything became useless. She breathed her last on February 26, 1887. That was her last breath. On 26th Feb 1887, she died due to tuberculosis. People mourned her death throughout India. Everybody felt very, very sad and they started mourning, they started crying for her. Her ashes were sent to Mrs. Carpenter, who kept them in her family cemetery. This is cemetery. In the last time itself, in the last class itself, I told you what is cemetery. It is a graveyard or it is a burial ground where in India she was burnt to ashes. Her body was being burnt. That ashes was being sent to Mrs. Carpenter because she had asked it. She had been requested it. Mrs. Carpenter, they took that ashes and kept in the family cemetery. Later, Anandibai's life and achievement have inspired many young women. So, we should take this as an inspiration to the young women, we say. See, she had almost all the sides oppositions, but even then she did not give up. She took it as a challenge with the help of her husband. We have to appreciate the qualities of Gopal Rao because really he was a backbone behind her. He helped her in all the ways. He sacrificed the life for her. So, he was always in all her success, he was behind her. So, that is all about Anandi Gopal, and let us all take it as an inspiration and move forward in our life. We should never give up. When something is not possible, you should not say, especially young children should not say it is impossible. This answer is impossible, I cannot learn this answer, this subject is impossible where I can't do this. We should not say. She made us believe in potentialities and that we can achieve our goals despite adverse situation and circumstances. I was telling you, this potentiality is what she had in her should be our qualities. When we see somebody, we should take this as an inspiration. Especially women should take as an inspiration, young girls should take inspiration like this and come forward, move forward in life. We should not get afraid and we should not get back to odd situation or bad circumstances. We should not tell reasons behind. So, instead of that, take it as a challenge and move forward. So, this lesson I too learned, even I hope even you also have learned today. The government of Maharashtra has founded a fellowship in her honor for young women working on women's health. So, after her death, the government of Maharashtra really took a big step in finding a fellowship in her honor for young women working on women's health. This is very nice step. So, now let us move to grammar. Last class we learnt about articles. In the last class we learnt about articles, and in this class we are learning about pronouns. A word that is used instead of a noun is called a pronoun. So, almost a naming word. For example, Ramesh is a good boy. Ramesh is a good boy. Ramesh is a noun here. So, Ramesh is a good boy. Ramesh comes to school every day. Ramesh is a first boy in the class. You are telling often Ramesh, Ramesh, Ramesh. Instead of telling Ramesh, you are using he instead of Ramesh. Ramesh is a good boy. He comes to school every day. He stands first in the class. So, you are using he in the place of Ramesh. So, whenever you are telling about Bangalore is a big city. Bangalore is a big city. It is the capital city of Karnataka. Again, you are not using Bangalore as a capital city of Karnataka. It is a capital city of Karnataka. When you are using this, this type of using the word instead of a noun is called as a pronoun. Here you have personal pronouns here in the lesson. We will learn what are the personal pronouns. In that you have singular and plural. We will see what is singular. All these are all singular pronouns. I, you, he, she, it, my, mine, myself. So, plural we, they, us, our, ourselves. So, these are the singular and plural pronouns. So, let us practice here. I have brought you fill in the blanks with suitable pronouns, personal pronouns. Here, where do dash come from? You. These cars are mine. Mine is a personal pronoun here. The boy fell down and broke his leg. Did you understand? You can see here singular pronouns are being used. Where do you come from? These cars are mine. The boy fell down and broke his leg. So, these are all personal and singular pronouns. The next, I met a lady who was very kind. I is a singular pronoun here. He wants to go to his village. So, this is all about today's class, and I have a home assignment for you. Write a letter to your friend describing the qualities you liked most in Anandi Gopal. I think most of you liked the best qualities in her. Try to write down all the qualities as a letter. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed this class.